Hey everyone, so Brown University will be holding segregated dinner discussion groups in response to the events at Charlottesville. Is this not the mindset that the civil rights movement fought against? Do you think for a moment that civil rights leaders would be proud of a future in which people from different races couldn't see past something as trivial as race and sit down at dinner together? Is this not a road that leads us backwards and not forwards? It's such a ridiculously counterproductive program to be putting on. I'm almost at a loss for words. But according to the chaplain at Brown University, segregating Muslim women specifically is an attempt to, quote, allow the women to engage in topics such as intersection of race, Islam, and gender fluidity. Now, if they want to get together themselves, that's fine, but an event like this just makes them seem extraordinarily feeble and fragile. Are they incapable of receiving any criticism? Does the skin color or genitalia of someone discomfort them? If so, I think they need to realize that out of the 350 million people in this country, the raw number of those who would do violence against them is microscopically low. And the percentage of people capable of having a peaceful conversation with them, whether they agree or disagree, is astronomically high. It's nonsense like what Brown University is polling that instills a false sense of fear into the minds of people like this. The mainstream media doesn't help either, but by perpetuating this garbage that certain groups need to be segregated and coddled like small wounded animals, they're ensuring that these people forget what they are: human beings. And human beings are capable of handling a lot more than this. Think of it this way: human capability doesn't change much from generation to generation, but our expectations and beliefs of what we can handle sure as hell does. And this is a classic case of this. If I were any of these people who were being offered this dinner, I would be insulted, especially because they're now college students. You're supposedly supposed to be adults that can handle the news. I lived in Philadelphia, for example, during the 2008 presidential election, in which Black Panther members were openly threatening white people and claiming that white babies need to die. And yes, that actually happened. You can look it up. It was King Samir Shabazz, if you're interested. And Shabazz has 3 Z's, by the way. Did I get bent out of shape over this? No, because I recognized that although it was on the news all day, it was still a speck of dust in terms of the entire population that actually believed something as crazy as that. So it's high time we stop this babying. We need to come to the realization that racism in all its forms is simply an error in thinking. If people could simply realize that the only judgments that should be made should be on an individual to individual basis, then we'd be able to make a lot more progress than we have been. And people should also realize that the entire idea of groupthink and identity politics only serves to divide people that are more alike than they may think. Thanks, and that's all.